Miguel Satyanath and Sargenti 2004 uses rainfall as instrument for income growth. A 5% drop in income growth increases the likelihood of civil conflict in the following year by up to 10 percentage points. It is not clear what is driving this result. Opportunity cost of fighting, crop failure reduces government revenue, state capacity, etc. Rationalist explanations for war, Fearon 1995. The central puzzle about war is that it is extremely costly, but nevertheless incurs frequently possible explanations. National leaders and the state are irrational. Leaders who enjoy war enjoy its benefits but do not pay the costs, which are suffered by soldiers and citizens. Even rational leaders who consider the risks and cost of war may end up fighting nonetheless. We will focus on these rationalist explanations. Private information. Leaders have private information about their military capabilities and incentives to misrepresent those capabilities. Misrepresentation may lead to a better deal, but might also cause negotiation to break down. Commitment problems cannot attain an outcome that both would prefer because at some stage one side has incentives to renege on the deal. Think of de-escalation, disarmament. This means making yourself vulnerable. Issue indivisibilities. Again, that's issue indivisibilities. Some issues, by their very nature, do not admit compromise. If an issue allows only a finite number of resolutions, it may be that none falls within the range that both parties prefer to fighting. Fearon argues this is a less likely explanation because bargains are generally over many dimensions. Theories of subnational conflict. Understanding the logic of rebellion. It is important to understand the decision to rebel and to support rebels. This is the main type of conflict affecting weak states. The challenge is to understand how state fragility is related to insurgency. Main theories of insurgency. Opportunity costs. Insurgency is a job like any other. A better economy means more jobs and fewer insurgents and less violence. Appropriation, rent capture. In countries where property rights are weakly enforced, it is easy to steal using violent means. Hearts and minds. Civilians need services. Conflict reflects a violent contest to gain the legitimate right to govern territory. Theory 1, opportunity cost. Based on the Becker-Stigler model of crime, insurgents are insurgents because the benefits outweigh the costs. Increasing employment should reduce violence. Insurgency is a full-time occupation, and it is low-skilled, so creating jobs for the marginally unemployed reduces recruits. Less recruits means less violence. This assumes the supply of labor is a binding constraint for insurgencies. Theory 2, appropriation, rent capture. Violence is directed at the capture of economic rents. Dubé and Vargas, 2013, find evidence of this with conflict in Colombia. Increase in lending labor-intensive export coffee produces violence in coffee-growing regions. Increase in capital-intensive good petroleum increases conflict in petroleum-producing regions. Theory 3, hearts and minds. Can hearts and minds be bought? The economics of counterinsurgency in Iraq. That is Eli Bourbon, Jacob N. Shapiro, and Joseph H. Felter. Journal of Political Economy, 2011. Introduction.